everyone, I'm Alina and you are watching Loputra YouTube channel. Hope you all are doing well. So today I'm going to discuss about the landmark judgment of Minerva Mills versus Union of India, which was happened in 1980. It is the most important judgments which guarded the basic structure of the constitution from being amended by the parliament. The constitutionality of the Section 4 and Section 55 of the 42nd Amendment of 1976 gave Parliament unlimited power to amend the Constitution, and hence it was struck down by the Supreme Court of India. In Keshwananda Bharati case, it invented a new type of doctrine, and that is the basic structure. And after that, the legislature came up with an amendment and it to nullify the effect of this basic structure. In Keshavananda Bharati case, it invented the basic structure, but it hadn't decided what actually comes under this basic structure. We know that there are other cases like Indira Gandhi versus Raj Narayan, which gave democracy, judicial review, and sovereignty to the basic structure, and in S.R. Bommai case added secularism and federalism. And in this case, Minerva Mills versus Union of India, it is the most important landmark case which evolved the basic structure doctrine. Now moving into the facts about this case. Minerva Mills was a company that dealing with the textiles in Karnataka. On August 20, 1970, the central government appointed a committee to study about the Minerva Mills under Section 15 of the Industries Act 1951 because the functioning of this mill was not proper. To study about the functioning, it appointed a committee to investigate about it. And then on October 1971, after the submission of the committee report, the central government passed an order under Section 18A of the Industries Act 1951, and they authorizes a national textile corporation to take over the management of this mill on the grounds of mismanagement, and hence it nationalized. The company got nationalized and it is taken over by the central government under the provisions of Sikh Textile Undertaking Act 1974. After that, a petitioner challenged this court order before the High Court, but however the High Court dismissed that petition, and after that the petitioner filed a writ petition before the Supreme Court under Article 32. So we know that under Article 32, one can file a writ before the Supreme Court of India to gain or to seek their constitutional rights. After that, they also challenged the constitutionality and validity of the Section 5 Clause B, Section 19 Clause 3, Section 21, Section 25 and 27 of the Sikh Textiles Undertaking Act 1974. And they challenged the order passed by the central government and the Section 4 and Section 55 of the 42nd Amendment 1976 and the primacy of DPSP, that is the Directive Principles of State Policy over the fundamental rights. Then the court held that the Section 4 and Section 55 of the 42nd Amendment of 1976 as unconstitutional. And also further, the writ challenging the Sections 5 Clause P, 21, Section 25 and Section 27 was dismissed. And the court said that the power of the Parliament to amend the Constitution is not the power to destroy it. And now all the amendments are subjected to judicial review, and also the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is the final interpretation of all the amendments, and all amendments are subject to judicial review. So the court said that whenever there is a conflict between the fundamental rights and the DPSP, there should be a harmony between these two. The harmony between the DPSP and fundamental right is essential for it is the essential feature of the Constitution of India. And also snatching from the citizens their powers to seek the constitutional remedies, which is known as the heart and soul of the Constitution, is an unpardonable wrong that we doing to Constitution. So this would create a irreversible damage to the sanity of the Constitution, and also it will hurt its purity. So this is what said in Minerva Mills case by the Honorable Supreme Court of India. Hope you all understand. See you in the next class. Bye bye.